Hi, this is Nate, and today I'm going to be sharing some thoughts on rewilding. I haven't really thought out too well what I'm going to say, so I may ramble a little bit, we'll see. But I've been thinking a lot about rewilding lately. I have been into rewilding under that name for a decade now, but I've been into uh, similar ideas for most of my life, especially the last 20 years. But even as a little kid, I noticed growing up in Burkina Faso that when I was in the cities, people seemed a lot less happy than when I went out to little tiny subsistence farming villages. The people there seemed much happier. And I came back here for junior high, and the people seemed way less happy here with all their grocery stores and malls and technology than people in Burkina Faso did. So, I developed the basic philosophy of thinking that people closer to nature tend to be happier. I noticed in myself when I was in nature, the more I was in nature, the happier I was, and the more I was around consumer culture, the less happy I was. So that's kind of a little history. I was working in a copy center, and this guy walked in and he had hunter-gatherer tattooed on his hands, and I thought it was a joke, but he told me he was serious. And even though I had really been in circles where I should have known about rewilding before that, he introduced me to the idea of rewilding and also permaculture. So I'm really grateful for having met that guy while I was working in a place where I wasn't very happy. And it changed my life, and I've been obsessed with it ever since, especially the foraging end of it, but all kinds of areas of rewilding. And yeah, I've been thinking lately that maybe sometimes I've used rewilding as a way to move away from some of the activism that I was into before. I think rewilding can do a lot of amazing things, but there is an element of escapism there, and I've been seeing more clearly that maybe I kind of have dropped a lot of stuff that I used to do, just thinking that rewilding is the ultimate. But slowly, I've been rethinking that. I think it all started when I don't know, a few years back, rewilding, I feel, kind of got taken over by health food gurus and a lot of white supremacists and alt-right type people. And this rewilding scene that I was a part of, it started to become something that I didn't recognize, and I got really frustrated, and I probably didn't respond very well a lot of times. I probably alienated people in the way I responded to them, especially on social media. But I also do think that people needed to stand up and push back, especially against white supremacists. Being in rewilding, there's just no place for that in rewilding. I'm not going to get into all the details of how that just absolutely doesn't make any sense, but yeah, so I feel like there's kind of been a verbal civil war in rewilding for a few years now, and I've been involved in it. I'm not proud of everything I've said, but I'm glad to stand with people that don't have all the advantages that kind of the dominant culture has. And yeah, anyway, I feel like kind of rewilding circles have, I feel like people are tired of all the fighting. I know I am. I'm just burnt out. I don't even know how much I can associate with that word anymore. It's funny because, a lot of people that I had problems with moving in to rewilding have kind of moved on, but by the time they moved on, I don't know. I'm tired. But I do see hope. I feel like there's people coming in and filling the void who maybe aren't as purist as the old guard of us rewilders are, but who still stand for something and maybe can move it someplace better. As far as I go, I don't know if I'm gonna keep using that term. Some days I'm really embarrassed to say I'm a rewilder, and some days I'm really proud of it. It has a lot of good stuff to offer, so we'll see. But yeah, it's interesting. I haven't really talked about this stuff on my blog or my YouTube channel. I've talked about it a lot on social media. Just wanted to put it out there, kind of how I'm feeling about rewilding. Some days I am still really, really inspired by it. I definitely, even if I drop the word, I'm gonna keep doing what I do. That's there's no chance that I drop that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please let me know what you think. If you're interested in any clarifications on things that I've said here, if you have more questions, yeah, please be part of the conversation. Okay, thanks a lot.